He's no confidence.
Yeah, Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
All right, let's get Jaime Masada in here.
Buddy.
Buddy.
Seriously, we have to do something about the N-word. Take it out of dictionary.
For the people that don't know,
Obviously.
Jaime Masada is the owner of the Laugh Factory in L.A., where Kramer did his thing.
Obviously,
2 nights
Joe Rogan has hurt him a lot.
What's up, brother?
How are you, Joe?
Wonderful, Mr. Masada. And yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I guess trying to do the best we can do with all of the comedians that are surrounding you guys. And, you know, the special Joe and everybody in here, they thinking of what I did with banning the N. It was kind of like a...
You mean the word nigger?
Please, be nice.
Can't say it? Just say that it's a word?
We're talking about the word.
No,
just a word.
I know, but the whole
Not
thing...
calling anybody it.
I know, but the thing happened, you know, you guys, you were here, you didn't see it. I mean, I was in Los Angeles, the time in South Central, all of a sudden, everybody, they're trying to have a riot and all of that stuff happening. You got to do the best you can do, stop it.
So are you doing this for self-preservation? Is this pretty much, please look, I'm trying, don't burn my club down?
No. It's not only that.
Or is it a personal decision that you're actually making through your own morality or something?
Yeah, because we can't start banning words there.
No,
Yeah,
you can't. No way, no.
Banning the word.
No. I'm not banning a word or anything like that whatsoever. What I'm trying to say, we got to, as a comedy community, we got to come together somehow. You know, calm the whole thing down because of South Central. All of the people, all of the sitting up there, they're all ready to do the riot.
Oh, come on.
We did have
they're still angry about a sitcom guy from years ago who said a bad word to a heckler trying to hurt him.
And then
they really
apologized poorly.
fell apart on television over and over again with Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and David Letterman. I mean, if they're really ready to riot, if they're going to riot, they would have already rioted.
No, they were going to riot.
But they're not going to riot now?
No, they were going to riot. I mean, at the time we were, day before Thanksgiving, I was on Stevie Wonder's radio, a bunch of places there were 5,000-6,000 of people that were outside. Mm-hmm. They were all kind of like it was like a dynamite. It was ready to blow up.
Right.
And so what we do, we have to do something because in Los Angeles, these people, there are a lot of people, they are unemployed. There are a lot of people, they don't have no jobs or anything in South Central. And it was just going crazy. So what do you do at that point? You got to do something the best you can do, calm everything down.
I think you calm things down, though, by telling Michael Richards maybe that he can't perform there anymore because it was more, not so much for the language, but just for like the outburst and the turning away of your clientele. You know, he turned away people from your club. That is a reason for you to say, hey, you're not welcome back here anymore.
Yeah,
but for using words, I mean, it's like if Mencia comes in and says Beaner, are you going to ban him? Is it something like that?
No. I mean, none of
He
that.
says
You know, no. But you know, the whole thing is what we trying to do. The time you see the whole thing happening, what's happening in Los Angeles, you guys all see it from outside. The time I was involved with it, the time I saw it in Los Angeles.
Well, I could nigger out what's going on out there. It's hard to figure out. I'm sorry. I can figure out what's going on out there just by what I hear in the news.
They're applauding you on
Things like that, but I'm sorry, it was just a Freudian slip. But you know, I don't think it's as bad. But
there.
again, I'm not out
I'm there too. It's not bad.
But you guys, you are all, you know, everybody, Joe Rogan, everybody, they are there. They live in Beverly Hills, Brentwood.
Buddy, I don't live in Beverly Hills.
Okay, wherever. You're not living in South Central. The time you go into South Central.
If I lived in South Central, would it make more sense?
I think you would be agreeing with me if you live there.
I think Jamie is afraid of his club. This is why I didn't hate that you banned it.
Jimmy
only
was
because
right.
I didn't look at it like it was a politically correct decision. I think he just didn't want his club to be a focal point of this rage with that big insignia on the side, and that's an area that has a history of really shitty racial violence. And look, if I owned a building, I just don't want people fucking Molotov cocktailing it. I mean, so that's the only reason I kind of sided with you on that. I don't think banning a word, I think it's disgraceful.
But here's how
to preserve your club from being burned down, you got to do something.
Here's how it could have been stopped way, way earlier. Why didn't you get rid of those fuckheads? But when they were heckling other people, weren't they heckling other people all night?
No, they was not.
That's what I heard from other comics.
No, I was there.
Nobody else?
I mean, you're just hearing all people. They exaggerating. I was there. The guys, they were ordering drinks by the time, and a couple of them they were talking. I was right there, and one of the guys, and Michael looked at the people. He said, "What's going on in here?" And the guy said nothing, and Michael kept on asking, "What's going on? Why you talk?" And the guy, he said, "Hey, my buddy think you're not funny." He said, "What?" He said, "My buddy said you're not funny." And at that point, the rages came in. And, comics, they are, all of you guys know you're coming from insecurity, you need a lot of love on the stage, and that's what it is about.
Yeah,
and
but at that point, it's like you make fun of the guy's shirt, you could talk about his big head. That's the thing, like, you're saying, it's like, you should never do what he did. You should never do that.
No, because
he's so incompetent. That's what it really is.
And, dude, it's like, if you're bombing, that's what happens in comedy. People say you're not funny, and then you have to deal with it. Right. What you don't do is what he did was fucking wrong.
Well, I had heard from he did a set at the Comedy Store before he went up at the Laugh Factory, and the guys who saw him at the Comedy Store, my friend Brian was talking about it, saying he was like a different guy. He was like yelling and screaming and swearing. He just seemed like all amped up.
He had a chick with him, right? I heard he had a chick with him. Yeah. That might explain why that rage came out, because there's nothing worse than bombing in front of a girl.
You know why
it's fucking embarrassing.
She's living at Poe's house.
Oh, he's being protective.
She's in a cage right now.
Wouldn't it help at the Laugh Factory, though, if they wanted to cut the problem, if they just banned black patrons?
Yeah. That's an option.
When you call a white guy a nigger, they very rarely even flinch.
I don't think so. Any of that would have.
He's actually answering it. No, I don't think that would actually be the right way to do it.
Buddy, that's not the way to handle.
Wait, I got a question.
Start slow with drinking fountains in bathrooms.
4 different restrooms.
No, but, the whole thing was the time this whole rage went on, and all of this sudden, I didn't know what to do, and all I did, after 28 years of being in the business, I decided I'd give everybody's money back, and a lot of people, they start taking advantage of a lot of opportunities that were there.
Yep.
A guy coming in, he said, "I have $400 worth of drinks." I said, $400?
You drank them?
I said, $400. I said, "Show me the bill." He showed me a knife. I said, "Okay, here's $400.
He showed you a knife?
Yeah. I wish you were there that night.
Wait a minute. The guy pulled a knife on you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you call the police?
Here's my bill.
Because at that time, it was going to be a riot.
Yeah, right.
All of you guys you're seeing outside, you seeing from outside, you don't see what was going on up there. It was amazing stuff was happening. All of a sudden, a lot of people, the opportunists, they are standing up there, they looking at everything. It just doesn't make sense. For you guys, sitting up here, why don't you, at that point, by the time I'll call the cops and that and that and that.
Listen, it's pandemonium. I totally understand. I totally understand you giving people their money back, apologizing. I totally understand you banning Michael Richards. I totally understand all that.
I just don't understand you printing receipts on knives.
No.
Stupid fucking move.
Handing out a Laugh Factory knife. Complimentary Laugh Factory switchblade.
A lot of engraving going on. Thank God.
Paul Mooney will carry it around.
Oh, please, homie. Put the knife away, homie.
And, of course, Paul Mooney get on all of that. And Jesse Jackson and all of those guys, they're all coming. We're going on a radio show with them. All of them, they have their hands out. Oh, you got to do something for my church.
Well, Paul Mooney, I think, made a great point. He said the guy had a nervous breakdown. I think that's exactly what it was. He's just not a funny guy. That's the reality of it. He got all that love all those years from those sitcoms, and look, man, I've been in that fucking world from news radio. I've seen those people. They want their bagels and their smoked lox, and they're there at the table read, and everyone's clapping and laughing, and there's all this extra love, and everyone waves to them on the red carpet, and it's a bullshit world.
Yeah.
And you go from that bullshit world to the fucking trenches of Saturday night in front of drunks at a comedy club, dude. That's a different animal, man.
And it's his words coming out of his mouth, not Larry David's or Jerry Seinfeld's or the writers.
Not only is it his words, he doesn't have that much time on stage. He's only been doing how long has he been doing comedy?
About 6 months, 7 months.
No, he's been doing it longer than that. I've seen him at the Comedy Store several years ago.
No. He came in, he stopped. He came in for 1 month, 2 months.
He's been doing it in other places. Because I saw him at the Improv at least a year ago.
Yeah,
so he's been scattered back and forth going on stage. But the bottom line is the guy is up at one of the biggest stages in the country as far as stand-up goes. You know, you're going there, you're going to go up after all these major national acts who are going to fucking slay, and then you're going up basically an open micer who's a superstar multimillionaire, and on top of it, he's got this fucking tremendous attitude. You know, I mean, you know, the shit that he said was just, that's insanity. I mean, you can't say that. I mean, none of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, someone doesn't think you're funny, so you're going to hang them up by their ankles and stick a fork in their ass, and look, I found a nigger. None of that makes any sense.
The funniest part was in the middle of it where he tried to turn it around and try to play it like he was trying to teach people
they're
something.
Just words.
Oh, those words. We're still, it's like,